Hi guys, and welcome back to another wedding dress reveal. I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and I wasn't going to unbox the package in front of you. I thought I would do all that, steam the dress, and then we can have a little look and talk about the dress. Let me know if you prefer the other way, and then I can always switch it up. Okay, so this dress is interesting. Let me show you and see if you recognize it. Ta-da! You might think it looks really familiar, and that's because you're right, because this dress is very, very similar to a dress that we designed for our 2018 collection. Now there are a few differences, so I will point those out when we go through the dress, but you can see we've used the exact same lace and the same high neck design as well. If you look up close, there is full beading across this lace, which is just gorgeous. But let's have a little chat. So the biggest difference that you probably can see here is the fact that there is a nude lining underneath. Now the client wanted this nude lining because she wanted to be covered. The original gown was sheer and it had a semi-sheer lining underneath. She wanted to be a lot more sheer, and she also needed structure. So this is something to think about if your gown is needing a bit of structure and you want a bit of support in the bust. You're going to need to build something in so that you're nice and supported throughout the night and the day. I will show you the support when we get to that, but let's have a little look. This gown has just turned out so beautifully. I've never actually seen it with a nude lining like this, so it's quite special. Let's have a talk about the differences between the original 2018 gown to this gown. Obviously it's made to measure, so the proportions and stuff like that are the proportions of the client. But the first thing that you notice is that it's got that nude lining. The second thing is that we haven't included any of the feathers. So she didn't want the feathers because she thought they'd get in the way. So we've removed those and just replaced them with a really beautiful trim. And what I've done to keep the sleeve really narrow and tight along the body is I've put in a row of pearl buttons with some loops so that they open up. She can put her arm in and then she can do them up and make them all fitted. We've still got the same pearl buttons down the center, which is just gorgeous. And then one big difference is that the skirt does not have a split. So there is no split in the front, unlike the original design. Now it still works, there's still the row of buttons, it still looks really uniform and seamless. We just don't have that split. Right, let's turn to the back. So there's a couple of differences here. We've added a nude zipper, okay, and this is so that it just matches that nude lining and so that it'll just pretty much disappear when she actually wears it. So this is the opening on the inside. You can see here that it's a full constructed bodice. And this is really important if you really need that support. If you need to wear a bra on your wedding day, you might want to consider a built-in bra in the dress. This means that you're going to feel supported. It means that your bust is going to sit how you want it to sit on the day, and you're not going to be fidgeting and feeling like you're going to pop out. So really important. So we do a full boned bodice here, padding, as well as our magical bra strap. Now this bra strap is the thing that's actually going to be holding you up in the dress. We don't want to put any pressure on the sleeves or on the lace, which sit on the shoulders, which are going to weigh the dress down, particularly if you've got like a ball gown or something like that. The last thing you want to do is to be putting a lot of pressure on these thin mesh pieces of lace on your shoulder. So the best thing to do is to build in a strap inside the dress, which acts like a bra strap, and this really secures you and holds the dress up. So the dress is being held up by this, not by little tiny bits of lace on the shoulders. Okay, you can see there we've put a nude lining to match that nude underlay. And I'll just show you that that lining is a really lightweight satin. So we've used a chamois fabric here, which is one of the softest satins you can get. This because she didn't want to be too hot and she wanted it to be kind of light and airy and flowy. So that's what we do with lining when she wants something like that. Now in this gown, you'll probably notice there's quite a bit of difference between this colour and the colour of the actual nude from the outside, and that is because there are a few layers of ivory tulle in between. And when you place ivory tulle on top of coloured fabric, it lightens that fabric. So it's a really good trick if you wanted an in-between colour, or if you wanted something that was a slightly different colour than an ivory, then we usually try and lighten it with a tulle over the top, just to create the perfect shade. In this case, that's what we've done here. Now, if I grab this dress that I'm just seeing off the rack, this is the exact same colour nude, okay, but it's in a satin, a normal satin fabric underneath instead of a really lightweight chamois fabric. Now this only has one layer of ivory tulle, and you can see that it looks a lot darker than this one. Okay, so we've got, I think, at least 2 layers here, plus we've got this lace over the top, so that also has tulle, so that 2 layers is lightening that colour nude. So that dress is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so the train, she wanted quite a modest train, and it's about a 50cm train, which is about that wide, and that's, you know, the fabric that sits on the ground. Whenever we talk about 1 meter train, 2 meter train, 3 meter trains, we talk about the fabric that's lying flat on the ground behind you, not the fabric from the hips or the top or whatever the case may be. So this is a modest ½ meter train, which is, I think, a really beautiful length, if I say so myself, because it's not over the top, but it is a train, and you do see and notice that it's a train. It's a very small train, so it's not going to get completely in the way, but it's not as small as a brush train that just kind of brushes behind you. It's a little bit more than that. So it's for people that want a train, but they don't want an over-the-top extravagant train. Well guys, I really hope you liked that wedding dress reveal. It is our spin on an existing dress that we have in our collection. And this just shows you what you can do with our existing designs. So you can come with a brand new design, but you can also say, look, I love that dress, but I just want a couple of changes. And that's definitely possible as well. So keep that in mind when you guys are looking and designing your own wedding dress. Well, I hope to see you in my next wedding dress reveal. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now, and I'll check you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah. Playing it cool, breaking the rules. I don't need you, I got my own bag.